Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Pay-Per Review. It's early in the morning, you know, I got off work, had enough time to eat some pancakes, eat some mother-loving pancakes. Anyway, I am Mr. First Place. I dominated Money in the Bank weekend, War Machine MJ, in the shop by myself on this Sunday morning. And I'm here today to give my review of Defiant Wrestling's Built to Destroy, their 3rd anniversary show, which took place last Sunday on Access.Defiant. But before we get to that, don't forget, subscribe to this channel here on Facebook, you know, www.youtube.com/WonderShop, WonderShop, just plain old WonderShop. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Download the Discord app and join the official WonderShop Discord server so you can talk to me, because Rod and Malcolm don't have the Discord server on their phone. Or slip us a $5 on Patreon. You can get exclusive access to War Machine Requiem as well as our show Vintage Review. $5 Patreon, patreon.com/WonderShop. Anyway, let's go and get to the nitty gritty, folks. Like I said, Built to Destroy took place before Money in the Bank came on. It was over with by the time I woke back up, because you know I had to work the night before. But this was a pretty good show. We started the action off hot and heavy with the Defiant Hardcore Championship. It was Kay Lee Ray challenging champion Jimmy Havoc in a hardcore match for the belt. This match was, like, they barely got any time to do any introductions, and Kay Lee Ray was already storming off to the ring. But this match, it picked up quick, flash, and in a hurry. Because while Jimmy Havoc was, you know, gallivanting about ringside, you know, just walking around, Kay Lee Ray went for a suicide dive, and Jimmy Havoc just cracked her with a chair right as she was coming through the ropes. So yeah, action started off frantic, fast-paced. You know, they were beating the holy hell out of each other all around the arena. And there was this fun little spot where they both had a nail gun showdown, where, you know, they would take shots. You know, Jimmy Havoc would staple her on her chest. Kay Lee Ray would staple Havoc on his chest. You know, back and forth, till Havoc just, you know, just let her have it right in her neck. And then she responded in kind with a shot that just made him bleed like a stuffed pig. You know, fast forward to a little later on where Jimmy Havoc gets caught in a compromising situation on the top rope where, you know, he's sitting on the middle turnbuckle. His legs were kind of splayed, and you know, his Havocs were in, you know, full damage view. And, you know, he's sitting there pleading with Kay Lee Ray. He's just like, come on, don't do this. Can we talk about this? Then he goes, fuck it, get it over with. And she stapled him right in his business. At that point, business picked up. There was a slight botch during the match. There were a couple of chairs set up on the ringside. You know, they were opened up but sideways, and Kay Lee Ray was going to deliver a side slam, but Jimmy Havoc, you know, his feet kind of kicked him away, so it just turned into a regular side slam. Didn't really affect the chairs much, but overall it was a pretty good match. Jimmy Havoc won, but not without, you know, giving a little props to Kay Lee Ray before he headed out of there. I don't do time. I'm not like Rod. I don't do time. Anyway, Jimmy Havoc won. I give this match a 4.5 out of 5. Now, the next few matches waver between boring and really good. The next match was a grudge match between former best friends Gabriel Kidd and Prince Amin, which, long and the short of this match, all it was Gabriel Kidd embarrassing his friend. Just spitting on his identity, just emasculating him, and just bullying him around the ring till he got the win. pretty bland, boring match. It's boring because it didn't. Well, it's boring because it needed to be. Like, there was no style, there was no flat. All there was just a story. The story of Gabriel Kidd having this chip on his shoulder since, he turned on Prince Amin back at No Regrets. So I gave this match a 2 out of 5. Next match, I didn't expect it to be this goddamn good. It was between former prospect and best friends Alex Gracie and Lucas Archer. It wasn't a grudge match or anything. It was pretty much, Lucas telling Gracie, listen, I can't get over what you did to me at last year's Built to Destroy, where he's essentially, gave him a fall from Gracie after their disappointing loss. He said, I can't forgive that, but I want to move forward and work with you, so we're just going to put this past us. And they had a hell of a fucking match. This match was pretty much tit for tat. It was, both men were countering with everything they could, It was the story of these guys trained together, they wrestled together as part of a tag team, they know everything the next guy's going to do. There was even a great storytelling segment where Alex Gracie, he couldn't put away Lucas Archer, and, he was turning to his old vices. He was going to get a chair, and he was going to just lay into Lucas Archer, but, every time he would go to smack him, he would drop the chair, or, he would just be like, what am I doing? That's not me. I don't want to do that to my friend. But Lucas Archer got the win. I gave this match an instant 5 out of 5 because it was so good, and the story was amazing, especially at the very end, where after Lucas Archer got the pin, he got the 1, 2, 3. He supported Gracie, just hugged him. He's like, I'm sorry, but it's over. It's over. We're cool now. There was even this cool segment where Archer was telling Gracie, come on, shake my hand. And Gracie's like, no. Before he even got out, he just turned right back around, denied the handshake, and just hugged him. It was great. It was beautiful. They went up to the stage, started celebrating, and Gracie teased a fall from Gracie. But, realized it's just playing, so, they're a tag team. They're bros again. They're best friends. But I didn't expect this match to be so fucking good. 5 out of 5. Next match was yet another grudge match between Mr. Y, here's Y, Simon Miller, and the gimmick killer, Drake. Like I said in preview, this match all stems down to, it started off as, Drake didn't belong, felt like Simon Miller didn't belong because, he was a YouTuber turned pro wrestler. And then, they cut a backstage interview before this match where Simon Miller basically said, it started off like that. Now it's gotten more personal since you busted me open. So I'm going to come out there and kick your ass. So it was a personal feud. This match was not very impressive, but it's kind of short too. Because Simon Miller got the quick win on Drake. Afterwards, well, I gave this match a 2 out of 5. It was quick, and it wasn't really that impressive. But afterwards, Drake basically gave a speech saying, this is my career. Everywhere I go, I go by a different ring name. I forget. But it has Drake in it. All I remember was that. But I come here, and they changed my name to Drake because it's more marketable, Basically cutting a heel fuck you promo. So after that, we had the Defiant Tag Team Championships. It was a tag team champs, Aussie Open, Mark Davison, Kyle Fletcher, defending against. Got to look at the scorecard. Chris Brooks and a partner from that general manager Primate was going to find for him, which turned out to be Chris Brooks' tag team partner in CCK, Kid Lycos. This match was pretty good. You know, it was really good. Forgive me, my brain is just kind of right now. Midway through the match, Chris Brooks got taken out. You know, he had some sort of injury where he couldn't continue. Kid Lycos was basically out there, you know, ball of fire, hitting everything that moved. But sadly, he fell victim to the, God, and I hate this name. He fell victim to the fidget spinner by Aussie Open. 1, 2, 3. Aussie Open retain. You know, they're still the Defiant Tag Team Champions. 4 out of 5. Pretty good match. The next match was for the Defiant Women's Champion. It was the 18-year-old champion Millie McKenzie defending against Queen Bee, Bea Priestley, the former Defiant Women's Champion, back when it was WCPW. Yeah, this match was just hard-hitting. It was stiff, and it was very, very ugly. Both these women just beat the holy hell out of each other. But by the end of it, Bea Priestley is your new Defiant Women's Champion. I gave this match a 4 out of 5. Now the next match. Now I expected this match to be fantastic, you know, given who it is. But I was blown away at how good it actually was. Next match was the #1 contendership match for Walter's Internet title. It was Walter's next challenger. It was between the aerial assassin and former IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion Will Ospreay taking on the prestigious Joe Hendry. Now, what's the first thing you think about when you hear Will Ospreay? Flippy moves, intense rivalry with Ricochet, chaos. For the first, I want to say 7 minutes of the match, where Joe Hendry was doing his ring psychology, where he's basically acting like a little prima donna, Will Ospreay took everything you knew about him, balled it up, and threw it away like yesterday's news. Because he wasn't flipping around. He was technical wrestling. You know, he was wrestling Hendry to the ground. He was chain wrestling. Had him in different holds. Just blew my mind. It just speaks to the volume at what kind of competitor he is. You know, he's known for his, you know, flippy moves. You know, I hailed him as as disgustingly athletic. You know, it's really fun to watch his matches, but it's just it's disgusting how athletic he really is. But then you watch this match and you realize, wow, he can throw down a technical match. It's not polished like ZSJ, but it's damn good. That is until one of Will Ospreay's legs were compromised, and you know, Hendry picked up on it and just wore the dog shit out of it. But Will Ospreay got the win with the Stormbreaker. 5 out of 5. Definite match of the night. And the final match was for the Defiant Heavyweight Championship. It was champion Rampage defending against the leader of the Curb Crawlers, Martin Kirby. This match was, it was booked as 2 of the WCPW originals. You know, 2 guys that have been there since year 1, you know, night in, night out. You know, the absolute fan favorites, and the crowd was going bananas for this match. However, I didn't think this match was It's that good. I mean, it was basically Martin Kirby doing whatever he could to get around Rampage's powerhouse, game. But in the end, Martin Kirby fell victim to the sit-down pile driver. Rampage is still your Defiant heavyweight champion. Gave this match a 3.5 out of 5. After the match, Gabriel Kidd came out, told Rampage, "I'm your next challenger. I want a shot at your belt." And Rampage said, "Alright." So we'll see how it goes from there. Overall, I gave this pay-per-view a 4. It was a pretty good pay-per-view. It wasn't, as good as Dominion, as good as TakeOver. I'd say it actually butted heads with Money in the Bank, because Money in the Bank was surprisingly good. But Superstars and Matches of the Night. Superstars of the Night go to Kay Lee Ray, Jimmy Havoc, Alex Gracie, Lucas Archer, Aussie Open, CCK, Millie McKenzie, B. Priestley, Will Ospreay, and Joe Hendry. Matches of the Night go to Gracie versus Archer and Ospreay versus Hendry. So yeah, you guys can finally be happy. I finally did a Defiant review. So yeah, I've just been putting them off one by one. Every time one come up, I do a preview of it, but never a review. So yeah, there you go. That's my review of Defiant Wrestling, built to destroy their 3rd anniversary show. So yeah. Up next for Defiant is their Ringmasters Tournament. I think they're introducing a new belt, if I'm correct. They've already named a list of competitors. Most of them are UK. A couple of the names that they mentioned were, or the most notable names. They threw out Kaylee Ray, B. Priestley, David Starr, the King of the Bros, Matt Riddle. Threw out a lot of them. A lot of Defiant mainstays. Guys and gals that have been in Defiant, long enough for a splash. Well, long enough for a beer, I should say. But yeah, I will try to do a video on the Ringmasters Tournament. So yeah, that being said, I am the War Machine, and I will see you guys next time.